Hey guys, Andrew Esquivel here, back with another review, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Farberware Electric Turkey Deep Fryer. Specific model name will be in the description if you're curious, but before we get started, let's go over what you get when you buy the unit. Obviously, you get the unit itself. It's very big. It's a solid-sized cube. It's got an immersion heat system with two probes to measure the temperature, which allows the system right here to let you dial in what temperature you want, so you know you got power, and then you'll know when it's heated up to the temperature that you wanted. The immersion heat coils can be taken out by pulling this up. And this is neat because when you do, you access this little spigot right here, and this is actually a drain. We got a valve to close it off, little T valve. Maybe not a T valve, but a valve nevertheless. You unscrew this when you're done cooking and everything, and it comes with this little spigot right here, and you screw it on. And that will allow you to drain it a lot easier without making a huge mess. When you want it to come out, just turn the valve right there and all flow out. And then when you're done, turn it back so that you don't have any problems. Let's not forget to put the little plastic cap back on there. So while we've got this disassembled, we've got a few different things that this comes with. We got the turkey basket. Now, this unit is supposed to fit a turkey up to 15 pounds in weight. We have two turkeys over there. One is 11 pounds, one is 14 pounds. We're going to see how well it fits in this basket. Another thing to note, we got this little piece right here to help you put in the turkey so you can pull it out easier, which is nice. Of course, we've got the emergency quick disconnect power cable, just in case. And let's go ahead and talk about the basket now. Accommodating a 15-pound turkey is no joke. It's a large bird. So let's see what we got here. This is a 14.14-pound turkey right here. And this is an 11.81-pound turkey. So let's really quick see with the 11-pound turkey how well it's going to fit. Now obviously when you take the turkey out of the bag, you can kind of feng shui it in its own way to fit more properly, but this will give us an idea about the displacement of the oil, because you don't want to put too much oil in, so this will give you a good idea. So at, let's see, 11.81 pounds, we have pretty much maxed out the capacity of the basket here. Now that's not to say it couldn't go higher up. This is just what the basket can handle. Let's try the other turkey. So here comes the real test, the claim of the unit. Let's try this 14.14 pound turkey and see if it fits, because this is a pretty large turkey. Now, I have a sneaking suspicion that 14.14 pounds is a little too big for this 15-pound maximum turkey fryer. Now, of course, turkeys can come in various densities, I suppose. So perhaps a different turkey could weigh the same but have different physical dimensions. But for our purposes right here, I don't think that this 14.14 pound turkey is going to do so well. I want to point out that these turkeys are both thawed out. They are not frozen. If they were frozen, they would actually take up more space. They're harder to contort into the basket here. But they have been thawed out for several days in the refrigerator, and this is what we get. So for this turkey fry, we're going to be sticking with the smaller turkey. If you want a bigger turkey, you might have to go with the more traditional setup with the propane gas and the big tub that you do outside. But let's get this turkey set up. So here we have the smaller turkey of the two turkeys taken outside of the packaging and put inside of the basket here. And as you can see, the basket is pretty full. I don't think a bigger turkey is going to fit inside of this. So just know there are limitations. That 15-pound designation they gave this thing, I just don't think it's going to work. So let's just say maybe 11 pounds is what you should be aiming for with this unit. Now before we put oil in or anything, I just want to point out that this unit does have these little holder connections. So the turkey doesn't have to remain inside the oil if you don't want it to. So you can drop it down like that. And then when you need to pull it out, put it in like that. Now, unlike a traditional big outdoor gas-burning deep fryer, you don't have to stick anything in the turkey to help pull it out because it's already in the basket. Now, when the basket's in there, you do need to grab the handle to pull it out, and that's what this is for. So, it's kind of like a coat hanger in design, but very simple. You stick this in here, you hook it up, and then you get it so that these little hooks right here line up with this hole, and you let it drain. Voila, you've got your turkey out of the frying oil. With the turkey out of the way, there is something I want to point out. There is a max and minimum fill line that you want to adhere to. This just helps you guide it so that you don't accidentally have too much oil and then it overflows or something like that. So if you don't know how much oil you need, the easiest thing to do is just use water first to determine how much liquid you're going to need to displace to fill up over the turkey. And then once you know how much water that is and you've measured it, just use that amount of oil. So at this point, we've got our turkey in there. We've got our oil inside of the unit here. We've got power, and we are heating it up. We're going to bring it to 350 degrees for right now. And what we're going to do is we're just going to keep this turkey right here while it's heating up the oil, because the turkey is outside of the oil when it is hooked up on here, so long as you adhere to those maximum fill guidelines. We're just going to close it. One little thing that does annoy me is there's no real latch to keep this locked down. So this corner end right here just kind of like doesn't sit down properly, and that's kind of annoying, but it shouldn't really impede the function of the unit. So once this reaches the proper temperature, we will dip it down into the oil and start cooking the turkey. Now, to be fair, yes, obviously, if you want to do this really, really well, you would keep the turkey outside of everything here. You would pat it down dry, add your seasonings, inject your flavors, etc. But this is just a very basic overview of how to use this product. And this is just a very basic cooking method for this particular turkey. We've got another turkey to do more fun stuff with and try it out, but I've never had deep fried turkey before, and I just want to make a baseline before I start doing some interesting stuff with the other turkey. So I apologize if you guys got the wrong idea and thinking that I'm just gonna, deal with bland turkey, but for the purposes right now, this should be fine. Alright, so after about 20 minutes, the oil has officially heated up to approximately 375 degrees. We're going to cook this bird for about 3 minutes per pound. That comes out to be about, like 35 minutes roughly. So, let's open up the unit here. Let's grab our hook. Get it placed on here, and you want to dip this in very slowly. Just like that. Now this will eventually settle down. This is just how oil reacts when you get stuff in it. There might still be some spots that just like evaporate real quickly for various reasons. We're going to close the lid here, and we're going to let the fryer do what the fryer does. Important things to note. When you add the turkey to the fryer, that's going to lower the temperature of the oil a little bit. That's why you notice the ready light is no longer on. It's going to heat back up to the temperature that you determined for it, and then it'll stay at that temperature and cook properly. There is a little bit of splashes you first saw. That's why you want to be very careful with this sort of thing. The fact that this does not close all the way, you know, it could be a little bit of a slight problem. Just because oil being splattering around as it does can kind of get through here. You'll see we got steam coming out of all these vents here. It should just be coming out of the top here, but because this doesn't close all the way properly, it's not being funneled out of the top holes. And this top portion right here being metal conducts heat very well, so do not touch it. You don't want to burn yourself. As far as looking through this hole, well, it's not much to look at when the oil is splattered on top of the glass, but we're going to let this cook. We're going to come back to it after it's done. We're going to see how it is, see how it looks, make sure the turkey is fully cooked, and we will go from there. Alright, so the turkey's been cooked for about 35 minutes. The ready button never really came back on. We're going to open up the system here. We got all this bubbling goodness, and we're going to take it out and put the camera down to make this safe. So with the turkey out, you can see it's got a nice golden brown to it. We're going to take my thermometer here, and we're going to stick it into the turkey and see where we are at. We want to reach 165 degrees minimum, and we've still got a little ways to go. So we're going to put this turkey back in, and we're going to cook her for about another 10 minutes, and we'll go from there. But as you can see, cooking it on is very simple. It's very easy to do this. So it took an extra 20 minutes to get the entire turkey up to the minimum of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. And like that, the turkey is cooked. Nice good meat, fully cooked. Grab a piece. So this is my first time ever having deep fried turkey, and I gotta tell you, this came out fantastic. Even with no spices or injections of flavor, the meat is extremely tender and juicy instead of dry like a lot of turkeys sometimes end up being when you cook them in the oven. And overall, the unit performed pretty well. There are some details about its advertising that I feel could be changed to more accurately reflect its true capabilities, but overall, it did a really good job, and this turkey is by far the best I've ever had. I can't believe I haven't had deep fried turkey before, but this is pretty tasty. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this review was helpful. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, show your friends, check out my other videos. I got plenty of them. And as always, I'll see you next time. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.